Welcome to a lecture where we learn about the where clause. This is a very important clause of almost any select, update, or delete statements. And we use it to identify rows which we want to return as a result in select statement, or the rows which we want to delete or update. Let's examine the syntax. Again, I'm on my HR schema and I'm querying from the employees table. Important thing that the where clause comes always after the from clause. Okay? So after we decide from which tables we are fetching the data from, the where clause follows. In my example, I'm gonna fetch only one row which has an employee ID of 100. Let's execute this. As we can see, we got the results and only one row has been fetched. Of course, if my employee ID wouldn't be unique, as in this case it's a primary key, multiple values would be probably returned, or none. So for example, if we try to fetch some non-existent record, nothing is going to be returned from our query. So for example, if I try to just randomly fetch some employee ID which does not exist, the results would be empty. Have in mind that also in the where clause, an implicit conversion between the data types is performed. So for example, my employee ID is a data type of a number, but if I would provide a string to it, Oracle will try to convert the string to the corresponding data type. In this case, this is gonna work because conversion is possible. Let's try it out. As we can see, results are fetched. Till now, we handled just with the operator equals, but we could use a lot of other operators. Let's do an example with a greater than. For example, if I want to fetch records or employees which have a salary higher than 10,000, I can do that in the where clause where my salary is greater than 10,000. Let's see the results. As we can see, we got 15 rows returned to us where the salary is greater than 10,000. Nice. As you noticed, the results where an employee has a salary of exactly 10,000 are not fetched. We can include also those results by the equal signs. So now my results are going to be fetch records from the employees table where the salary is greater than or equals to 10,000. Let's execute this. As we can see, we have 19 rows returned. 4 employees have the salary of exactly 10,000. The same condition applies for the less and less or equals to. So for example, if I wanted to fetch all the employees which have less than 10,000 for their salary, I write the less than 10,000. Nice. And of course, if you want to include the results that have the salary exactly 10,000, we add the equal sign to it. So now results with the 10,000 for the salary are also returned. I can also fetch results that are not equal to 10,000. So if I want to fetch all of the employees that have a salary different than 10,000, I can write that in multiple ways. And this is important to remember them because all of them are valid. So one of it is less or greater than. So any records of employees that have a salary different than 10,000 are going to be returned. Let's execute this. As you can see, there are no records with salary of 10,000. I can also order that just to be sure. So order by salary in ascending order. As we can see, there are no employees presented in our query with a salary of 10,000. Other way to represent the not equal is with exclamation mark and equal sign. This is again completely the same. As we can see, the results are the same. And the last one is with the potential sign and the equal sign. This again different than 10,000. So let's execute this one. And one more time, the same results. X. In this case, Again, we operated only with a number data type. The same rules apply also for the character data types and the date types. So if I want, for example, fetch records which have a higher date later than, for example, 26th of September 2006, I'll write that as where higher date is greater than 26th of September of 2006. Again, an implicit conversion is going to happen here, and my string is going to be converted to the data. Let's try it out. As we can see, only employees with a higher date later than 26th of September 2006 are fetched. Very nice. And as a bonus for this lecture, which is also an intro for the next one, is the not keyword. So when we fetch the employees which had a salary different than 10,000. So let's return to our previous query where salary is different than 10,000. There is another way to fetch the employees which have the salary different than 10,000. First, let's execute this one. Let's order that by salary just to confirm the results. As we can see, there are no employees with a salary of 10,000. And I could write this as salary equals to 10,000, but before the column, I write the not keyword. And this will work just fine. Let's see. And there are no records with 10,000. The not keyword is mentioned mostly with the Boolean operators. On that topic, more on the next lecture. See you.